Is that like... Oh crap, guys. What the f? It's no way if I get out of here. It's no way if I run. That wasn't... What the f was that?
Venturing into abandoned buildings alone can be terrifying. But what happens when you encounter someone, or something, you'd rather never meet? Like this first encounter from Exploring with Tom. A channel dedicated to uncovering the forgotten and the decayed, places where silence has replaced industry and history lingers in broken walls. And in this video, Tom, joined by his friend Hannah, set out to explore the remains of an abandoned factory. From the outside, it looked like just another relic left behind by time. But once inside, they would soon realize that not everything within these walls had been left to ruin. At first, the place felt vast and strangely beautiful. Moss crept along the walls, swallowing rusted pipes and collapsed trolleys. The scale of the building was immense. High ceilings, skeletal beams, empty offices stripped bare. What was once the heartbeat of production now lay silent, flooded, and rotting. But beneath the calm surface, a tension began to build.
Alright, be careful, okay? Yes, get in. Yes, get in. I love this. Oh my god. Yo, this is fucking sick. This is fucking sick.
This is nice.
This is boss. Oh, sorry. This is insane. Wow. It's all flooded as well. I know. I'm not sure what part this building was of the whole headquarters. A big way through there. Oh, there's an elevator? No way, that's sick. Get on this. That's Buster.
Nice.
Full elevator just left as well. Oh my god. This is actually cool. This is real. This is sick. So that big thing in the center is keeping all these together, I think. Look how overgrown that place is as well. All the moss growing and everything. All the trolleys and stuff's being left in the water. It's still a bit of water down there. How massive the place is itself. So that is the main office building over there. We've got to try and get into that one. Oh, looks pretty cool, aren't they? Old pipes have been left behind too.
Both were captivated by the sheer scale and decay of the factory, every rusted beam and flooded corridor fueling their sense of wonder. It felt as though nothing could dampen their enthusiasm, as if this place was offering them a glimpse into a forgotten world that had been sealed away in silence. But further ahead, hidden among the shadows and the echoes of dripping water, something else was waiting. Something that would turn their exploration from fascination to unease, and remind them why places like this are rarely ever truly empty.
Holy sh! Oh my god! Whoa! This is actually creepy. Point down me a sec. Point it on me. I want a flashlight and start down here.
I'm a scaredy cat.
The big flashlight. Actually, it's creepy down here to be fair, isn't it?
What used to be in there then? What?
One sec. What the fuck? It's no way we get out of here. It's no way, everyone. Right, stay calm. Stay calm.
The tone shifted in an instant. What at first seemed like discarded clothing was, in fact, a man, asleep among the ruins. The sudden realization was chilling. This wasn't just abandonment. Someone was living here. Tom and Hannah stayed calm, but the weight of the discovery sank in immediately. Whatever this place was to them, for him, it was something entirely different. A home. And that blurred line between exploration and intrusion made the air heavy with unease.
Yeah, it's all been stripped out, hasn't it? The f*** this part here? What the f***? Yo, what the f***? That's mad.
Oh, f*** no.
Holy sh**. Please switch off lights when in use. How scary does that sound?
Something on.
What? Yeah, you can leave the light on, yeah? This is insane. They're literally above us. They're above us. Sounds creepy, doesn't it?
The deeper they pressed on, the more unsettling it became. Strange scraping sounds echoed faintly above, metal against concrete, sharp and deliberate. At first, they assumed it was nothing more than scavengers, stripping the building for pipes or wiring to sell off illegally. But the longer it continued, the harder it was to ignore how eerie it felt. Every echo carried through the hollow corridors, and each hallway turned into a place of doubt, each closed door hiding possibilities they weren't certain they wanted to confront. So, with the uncertainty of it all, they decided to head back outside, but it wasn't over yet.
Somebody's there. Right. Hurry up. Come on. That man was looking around the corner, and when we looked over, he moved. So yeah, that what we found before is someone staying there. That's sketchy. Yeah, do you want to wait in the car?
Yeah.
Come on, quick. He was literally, I saw him peek around the corner and then he went back to hide. He was literally peeking on that corner there.
From that point forward, it was no longer about curiosity or exploration. It was about leaving quickly and without drawing more attention. Abandoned buildings are never truly empty, and this factory was proof of that. What seemed at first like decay and silence carried another truth. Lives hidden in the shadows, stories that did not want to be found. And so, Tom and Hannah left. Their exploration cut short. Not because of collapsing walls or unsafe floors, but because of the people who still lingered inside. Some places you can admire from a distance, but crossing their threshold comes at a cost. In the end, it's not always the ruin itself that poses the greatest danger. It's what waits quietly within it. What Tom and Hannah experienced inside the factory was a sobering reminder that ruins don't always stand empty. And as unsettling as that realization was, it would not be the only time explorers would confront the unseen weight of a place. In this next clip, the bearded explorer would step into a house where silence seemed to breathe, and where the past had not fully let go. The Bearded Explorer is a UK-based channel run by Colin, whose adventures often lead him deep into forgotten spaces. Places that once held life, but now stand in silence. In this video, he is joined by a friend as they set out to explore a large abandoned house. From the outside, It looks like just another neglected property on private land, empty, lifeless, and slowly being reclaimed by time. But as the night unfolds, it becomes clear they were not entirely alone inside.
When we come across is this swimming pool. It's pretty clear that this has not been used for a long time. You can tell by the colour of the water. You can kind of see the cover as well, which is submerged. I'm guessing one of these would have been the pump house for the pool. Probably this one here. It's quite a nice little building actually. It'd be a nice little Airbnb if it was converted. Yeah, so this was the heater for the pool.
Their journey begins with the long walk toward the property. The house sits on expansive grounds, complete with a tennis court, a greenhouse, and a pool that has long since turned dark and stagnant. It's the kind of place where silence feels heavy, pressing against every step, broken only by the crunch of gravel and the rustle of wind through tall grass. But till now, everything seems still like any other abandoned house.
Actually, I think it is asbestos. Okay, I'm not going to play around with that at all anyway. So, Taser, you actually frightened me a little bit then. Sorry. I don't know, I think there's some kind of lodges, but then...
Yeah, guest accommodation or something?
Yeah, but then you've got like a barn door here. Maybe it was like a, I don't know, like a petrol heads getaway, so you park your nice car in here, then you've got like a little bed sit either side.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's... Yeah. Okay, so we are back outside now. We've got a couple more of these little stable buildings to look in. We've got a shed which is sadly collapsed here. Possibly some kind of a... I don't know, I was going to say a greenhouse, but I don't think it was. We've got an old horseshoe up there, so maybe they were horse stables of some sort. Very posh ones. Yeah, again, we've got another horseshoe up there, so maybe these were stables. Okay, so the other outbuilding we've got is this little thatched cottage, which looks really cool from the outside. But sadly, it is pretty destroyed on the inside. It looks pretty cool with all the ivy coming through the window, really creepy. Got an old butler sink there. That is really nice actually. Westwood fire clay.
As they move deeper across the property, past sheds and former stables, wallpaper peeled from ceilings, cast iron baths were left to rust, and empty guest rooms stood stripped bare. The remnants scattered through the outbuildings told a quiet story. Strange imprints of furniture long removed, fixtures that seemed misplaced, clues that this place had not been left gently, but abandoned with little care for what was left behind.
Look how big that is. Imagine this on a nice summer's day. Right, let's go and check out the main house. Now, interestingly, you can see that the grass outside the front of the house has been cut recently. But yet the house is completely derelict. It's been abandoned for a number of years now. Interestingly, every window is boarded and steel framed, even the top ones. So I don't know how easy this house is going to be to get into. Maybe we won't be able to get into it. Hopefully we will. So we've got some fake CCTV cameras up here. These are the battery powered ones which look real. They've got a little cable which goes into the back. In fact, that cable doesn't go anywhere, it's just a dead end. I'm just going to have a quick look behind this blind. Again, these windows are all boarded and sealed up. Oh, this is nice. This is really nice.
By the time Colin and his friend reached the main house, that unease had sharpened into something heavier. From the outside, the lawn looked strangely maintained, as if someone still came here to keep watch. But the house itself was a shell. Windows boarded, doors barred, and walls scarred by time. It seemed that this house wasn't as easy to get into as they hoped.
Okay, it looks as if people have been trying to get in here. But, like, again, we don't break into these properties, so if we can't find a way in, we won't be going in. And so far, it looks pretty secure. Maybe I'll have to do some climbing, see if there's a way in up there, potentially.
It looks like the roof over here. Yeah, no, I can see.
Okay. Yeah, okay, there's a window out there which might be open. Okay, right, bear with us, guys. We're going to have a look around, see if we can try and find a safe way in. And then we should go from there. Okay, guys, we have managed to find a way to the upper level with this door, which is wide open. And again, I cannot believe the security on this house. Every window and every door has got some kind of a steel framework or lockable cage. Help us, please. Ooh. This is one creepy house. This is a really creepy house. I like the chandelier. Whoa, we've got a lot of black mould in here.
Stepping inside, the air turned thick and damp, heavy with black mold that made every breath a reminder that life did not belong here anymore. Chandeliers hanging from the ceilings, heavy curtains sagged against the walls, and cobwebs stretched like fragile nets from corner to corner. Each room felt like a memory locked in place, but one that had long since soured.
Sorry, that was the wind. That was quite creepy. So we've got an ensuite here. Oh, God. Oh, my God, that really frightened me. The door's just blown open on that wardrobe. It is just the wind. Taser's outside, you can see him there, but it is just the wind, but it really did frighten me then. Whoa. Okay, so we've got ensuite here. So this bathroom doesn't look too old, to be honest. Got some really strange taps there. It looks like someone's actually stolen the ones on the basin.
I knew he was here as well, but I thought he was in there. Bastard.
Oh.
God, what's that floor? Look at that.
Yeah, I know. God, look at the wallpaper in here.
Wallpaper is mad.
I'll tell you what, this house is really dated, isn't it?
It's very, very dated. How long do you reckon this has been abandoned?
I don't know, years. At least 10, 15 years, maybe?
I would say a while.
Maybe more.
Definitely a while.
Yeah.
It's definitely got old-fashioned
It has, yeah.
They ventured further through the house, each room amazing them more and more. Marble fireplaces still stood proudly in the bedrooms, though their grandeur had long since rotted away. In the bathroom, the remains of a rat lay mummified in a trap, the air sharp with decay. Water damage stained the ceilings, wallpaper peeled in loose curls from the walls, and silence pressed in so tightly that even the faintest creak of wood seemed deafening. Though both Colin and his friend felt a heavy, uncomfortable presence from the moment they stepped inside, they brushed it off, blaming the feeling on the unsettling beauty of the decay around them. But soon, it would be proven otherwise. But the deeper they went, the more the house revealed itself. And in the attic, they stumbled across its most unexpected secret. What should have been an ordinary loft had been converted into a small cinema room. Projector fittings were still bolted into the walls, faint marks on the plaster showing where the screen once hung. It was strange to stand there, imagining evenings once filled with laughter and the glow of film reels, now reduced to silence and shadows. For a fleeting moment, the discovery felt almost nostalgic, an echo of warmth within the ruin. But in a place like this, wonder never lasts for long. As they left the attic and began their way back through the house, that fragile sense of nostalgia gave way to something darker. The silence felt heavier now, as though the walls themselves were holding their breath. Shadows stretched unnaturally across the rooms, and every doorway seemed to conceal more than it revealed.
I've just noticed something else.
Right, hang on a sec.
The electricity's still on.
Really?
Yeah. Well, there's definitely power supply. Oh, it's actually got 12p left on the meter. We've got an old newspaper here from 2003. Double light switches.
I like the tile on the floor.
Yeah, it's cool, isn't it?
I keep stepping on things. I keep thinking I'm stepping on dead rats. Like I stepped on part of a radiator. I was like, oh, what's that?
Yeah. Oh, look at the state of these. God. Oh. There's definitely no water on in this property. It's nearly 11 o'clock now. I didn't realise we were here this long. Yeah. Oh dear.
What was that?
What the fuck was that? That wasn't you, was it?
Was that you?
No!
Hello?
What the hell?
What the actual fuck was
I
that?
don't know. Bloody shit myself.
Just don't want to go too far in that ladder. Because you need that to get out.
Yeah, I know. Hello? That's just the wind blowing through that door.
That sounded quite a lot like it.
It was quite a heavy thud, wasn't it? I don't know, this house is pretty creepy, isn't it?
It has got a vibe to it.
Yeah.
It's got a vibe to it.
No, I don't think there's anything here, is there? Let's just check all the rooms quickly, make sure there's no one else in here, because we did go up in the loft,
In every room.
but there's only one way in, and that's upstairs, and we're the only ones with a ladder.
Yeah, because well, this is why we took the ladder in.
Yeah.
Without warning, the stillness had broken. A loud thud echoed through the halls, close enough to rattle their nerves. They froze, called out, but no one appeared. Room by room, they searched, finding nothing. Yet the noises only continued.
No, there's definitely no one in here. 100% there's no one in here. So, unless it was just something that blew and fell or flapped around or...
Because again, these ones are open, so maybe
Oh yeah, look, it is. Cool.
it could be just things flapping around.
Something flapping around maybe. Ooh,
That's not outside.
that's out, yeah, that is just something...
It's outside, I reckon. Maybe.
That wasn't... What the fuck was that?
Taking the fucking piss.
I've just looked in every single one of these rooms, there's no one in it. Mate, that was really loud as well.
That was close as well, really close.
Oh my god, I'm actually shaking. I don't normally get scared like this.
Another crash, closer this time, as if something, or someone, was moving just out of sight. What made it worse was the certainty. They were the only ones with a ladder, the only ones who could have accessed the upper floors. And yet, it sounded as if they were no longer alone.
Get the fuck out of it. It's definitely not you, no?
No, it's not any of these flapping around, is it? No, that's a different sound, isn't it? Oh,
Let's just get the ladder and get out.
shit.
Right, let's just get out.
This is really creeping me out. Oh my god. Oh, right, okay, come on. That was really scary. I don't normally get scared very often, but that actually did freak me out a little bit. I'm not going to lie. As Taser said, I think it's time we made a move now. I'm gonna get this ladder back outside and get the hell out of here.
The tension grew unbearable. Each step back toward the exit felt watched. Every gust of wind through a broken frame could have been footsteps trailing behind. By the time they reached the door, the decision was clear. The house had made itself known, and whatever lingered inside had no intention of being ignored. Outside again, the night air felt like a release. They left quickly, shaken but safe, the memory of those unexplained noises still ringing in their ears. Colin has explored countless forgotten places: hotels, schools, factories, homes. But this house was different, not because of what they saw, but because of what they felt. The unseen presence, the unexplained sounds, the weight of silence pressing against them until instinct demanded they leave. We can only imagine what might have happened had they ignored that instinct, had they stayed a little longer in the shadows of that house. But some questions are better left unanswered, and some doors better left unopened. Colin's exploration showed how easily unease can grow in places that look lifeless from the outside, only to reveal something far more troubling within. And yet, sometimes the danger isn't hidden in the walls at all, but in the land itself. High in the mountains of Japan, Norm set out to explore the ruins of a forgotten theme park, only to discover that nature had its own ways of reminding him just how thin the line is between curiosity and peril. Norm is the man behind the channel Tokyo Lens Explore, and a creator who has made a name for himself by documenting forgotten places across Japan with an eye for detail and a respect for their history. In this video, he sets out on a journey into the mountains, where the remains of an abandoned theme park still stand, empty, overgrown, and fading into silence. Once a place of families, games, and laughter, it is now a shell of what it was. And while most would expect broken rides and rusting attractions, what Norm finds is something different altogether. Of course, this wouldn't be a CreepyVids feature if everything went exactly as planned.
This is the entrance to an abandoned theme park in Japan. Well, at least what's left of the abandoned theme park here. We've got, starting with this one building up here, and over here, there's a whole set of extra buildings. Now, this place seems to have been abandoned somewhere around 2014. And I have one concern today, which is this right here.
The weathered sign warns of bears in the area, a reminder that this exploration isn't without danger. The entrance lodge, with its crumbling frame and scattered furniture, is only the first sign of abandonment. But it's the wildlife outside that poses the greater threat. So Norm keeps bear spray close, knowing that this is the season when mothers are most protective of their young. Even in silence, the possibility of what could be hiding in the tree line presses down on every step.
Unfortunately, in terms of season, it's that season where mother bears will take their children out for walks. And even for black bears, that's when things can get a little more aggressive. So we will proceed with caution and care today as we go forward. The amount of theme park left here seems somewhat limited. I want to start by taking a peek up here as we walk along the creek or the ravine. I always forget to, oh, there it is. I always forget to grab a stick to carry. I do have an umbrella we can use to clean out all of the spider webs. It's taking a second to appreciate that right there. And then turning around this way, at the top of the hill, we have this hut right here. I'm guessing these were kind of like residences for people to stay This likely would have been the bath area here, with the main room being here. Now again, I don't want to actually step into it. I don't think my weight would make that much of a difference. But as Japan is an earthquake-prone country, all it takes is one shake while I'm standing in the wrong spot to end this adventure pretty quickly.
He wandered through the deserted park, moving carefully between crumbling lodges and silent paths where nature had begun to reclaim everything. The buildings sagged with age, their walls broken, their floors giving way. Yet there was still a strange beauty in the mist curling through the trees and the sound of water rushing nearby. For a while, it seemed as though the exploration was going just as planned. Simply another forgotten place, slowly fading back into the mountains. But in places like this, silence never feels entirely empty, and every shadow, every creak of wood, seemed to carry the weight of something waiting just out of sight.
I didn't know entirely what to expect from this one. There's not a ton of information about it online. There is a little bit, but not many photos, not much write-up, just a little bit. It was abandoned in 2014 and hasn't really been touched since. And wow, we got a whole extra building in here. And even just shoving my hand through there, so many spider webs. And as we come up this way, I wonder if there's anything up the hill. All we've come across is mention of tennis courts, and gate ball courts. Does anybody play gate ball? Is that like... Oh crap, guys. We are, oh boy.
Just when it seems like the exploration has settled into routine, the atmosphere shifts. From somewhere beyond the brush comes a sudden growl, heavy enough to break the stillness of the mountain air.
Is that like... Oh crap, guys.
For a moment, the tension is overwhelming. Was it a deer, a boar, or one of the very bears that the warning sign had spoken of? Norm readies the spray, heart racing, choosing not to investigate further on this side of the area. Out here, curiosity can be a fatal mistake.
Oh boy. All right, something big moved over there. Ooh. Just in case, I am going to prepare the bear spray. We're gonna keep ourselves down on this side, because I don't know if you heard that, but whatever it was big and it was surprised by us, which is one of the reasons I tend to do these walks while talking instead of silent, but won't be going up there anymore. Bear spray is at the ready. Whew. That one genuinely made me jump. Whatever it was big. We're gonna take a quick peek into here. And then I'm just gonna keep my voice loud and known. And I'm just kind of, as I talk about this, I'm watching this area out here for any signs of movement. But just taking a brief second to take a breath after that one.
We can only admire how calm he managed to stay in such a dangerous situation. Luckily, he was already on high alert, aware of how quickly an exploration like this can turn. Had he let his guard down, the outcome might have been far worse. In the end, this was enough. The collapsing walls, the echoing silence, the unsettling dangers from those who live in the forest. Together, they were reminders that some places demand respect and that curiosity must always be balanced with caution. Slowly, Norm began to make his way back toward the entrance, leaving the ruins behind. What remained was not just an abandoned theme park, but a warning carved into the quiet. A reminder that even where joy and laughter once thrived, time and nature always reclaim their hold. And in the stillness, the line between awe and danger is far thinner than it seems. For Norm, caution was enough to avoid disaster. But for others, not every exploration offers that chance. In St. Louis, these next explorers would step into a school over a century old. The building carried the weight of history, but soon it became clear that it also carried something else. An unsettling presence that made every shadow feel alive. Explore Abandoned Places with Tattoo Tony Alton is a channel run by Tony, who has spent years documenting forgotten structures across the United States. His approach is raw, unfiltered, and grounded in curiosity, searching not just for decay, but for the stories that linger within it. And in this video, Tony, joined by a friend, ventures into a building that has stood for well over a century, an abandoned school in St. Louis. At first glance, it promises nothing more than dust and silence. But as they step inside, it becomes clear that this exploration is going to be far more unsettling than either of them expected. From the start, the weight of the building's history is impossible to ignore. Long corridors stretch into shadow, their walls lined with closets once filled with coats and books. Even in its ruin, the school still carries the structure of its past. Grand arches in the brickwork, heavy fireplaces in forgotten classrooms, and staircases worn down by decades of children running up and down. The air is thick with dust, stirred by their movement and caught in the beams of their flashlights, a constant reminder that this place has been sealed off from the world for decades.
What's that say? That person ain't too bad. Look at that eye. It's amazing how people make that clean their stuff with spray paint. You know what I mean? Hey Wayne, somebody's staying in here. They got a neat, nice folded bag of clothes hidden in your thing. Oh, back there, back in the closet, there's a thing and there's a board over it. So don't mess with it though. They're almost.
Yet, among the decay, there are unsettling signs that the building may not be as empty as it first seemed. It's difficult to tell whether these are the careless remnants of vandals passing through, or evidence that someone may actually be living here. What began as curiosity now carries the weight of unease. Every doorway feels heavier, every darkened corner more unpredictable, no longer just hiding dust and cobwebs, but possibly someone still watching from the shadows.
That's where somebody almost was sleeping. Look at this. Somebody's sleeping in there at one point.
Don't worry about us, man.
I was like, man, hey, he got himself a place.
Yeah, we ain't interested in fucking with nobody's shit or anything like that, though.
Someone did some history on the building.
May I ask you a straight up question?
What?
Why them cats run off? That makes me nervous.
I don't know. Myself, if they're, I drink. That's my only poison in women.
Oh, I don't care.
I don't know if they're wanted or that being the reason or what.
Well, I ain't no police, dude. I don't give a fuck about that.
I know.
Right.
I ain't no cop either, but
I break the law all the time, dude. I ain't trying to give nobody problems.
since I can switch skills and jobs, I break the law all the time. But I'm looking at corporate law, not no civil.
Like, where'd Bobby and Leland? They took off.
That's what they were saying. They took off. They
Well, they
ran.
went to go eat lunch.
They were
probably,
saying, no.
probably scared them.
Well, they kind of made me nervous by burning out like that. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
And then, that suspicion became reality. They weren't alone. There were 4 other men inside. Some appeared to be living here. Others seemed restless, pacing the rooms as if they were waiting for something. The atmosphere shifted sharply. What was once an exploration of history is now a negotiation with the present.
don't worry about us, man. This is my second attempt at saying this quickly. This guy in the photograph is one of the guys that was in the building. This is from the video. I pulled it out, I blew it up, and I had to try to sharpen it. You can see, this is the only one where you can see a guy. There was 4 guys in here too. Looked like they were probably just junkies and didn't look so dangerous. One of them was old and pockmarked, and he was really crazy. I'll tell you some of the stuff he said. And then this guy was a little bit shifty too. He was acting weird. But he was younger, and they were, trying to be buddy with me. The other 2 guys didn't look like they really kind of belonged there. They looked stronger, like they had eaten better, better tattoos. But I got a really bad vibe from them, like they might be dangerous. They also looked at each other real quick, like they had the same idea, and took off down the hallway real fast, kind of like they were trying to get away, or they were going to come back and rob me, or I don't know. It just didn't seem right. You hear me questioning these guys about that too, and they seemed like they were kind of making up stuff or blowing smoke. There's not our whole conversation isn't in this video, unfortunately, but they were had nice tattoos. They were bigger. They looked like they could pose a threat, and I really felt that way. When they burnt out, though, the other 2 guys tried to ask real quick. They were like, hey, you want to go downstairs? There's cool stuff down there. You want to go down there? Let's go. I'm like, nah, I don't know. Let me go look at the office, which was near the entrance, because I was trying to kind of make a plan to go ahead and, get out of there. I didn't want to tell them that they were going to miss their opportunity to rob me, so I told them, well, let me go look at the office, which I knew was near the front door. Then I'll probably go downstairs with you. So I never did that. We burned out. We kind of backed our way out talking to them and got out into the daylight. The other 2 guys, I don't know what happened to them. I don't know if they were wanted by the police. Who knows? I got a real bad vibe from them. They might have been in like the top 100 most wanted in Missouri or, tri-state area. Who knows? They looked like they could have been bad dudes. Anyways, the small, older, pockmarked guy told me some really weird things. He was like, rambled on about a lot of strange stuff about this and that. But anyways, the weirdest things he said was, if you have any kids and you want to go exploring, you can bring them back to your house and I can babysit your kids for you. Yeah, right. Like, I'm going to go get some old junkie guy that's crazy from an abandoned school that's living in there and bring him home to babysit my kids. Come on. That's what it says. And he was like, or if you have any woodwork or anything, and come back to your house and do it. I'm not saying I don't feel sorry for him, but that was nuts. Then after he asked if he could watch my kids, he was like, did you ever videotape any pageants? And I'm like, what, pageants? What do you mean pageants? He's like,
As Tony recalls what happened, the reality of the encounter becomes even clearer. The men weren't just passing through. They were living here, deep inside a school that should have been long forgotten. Their words turned stranger as the minutes passed, drifting into topics that made the situation feel even more unstable. Requests that crossed every boundary, questions that carried undertones no one wanted to answer. It was disturbing, not only for what was said, but for the possibility of what might have happened had they lingered longer. Outside, the school's facade stood unchanged. silent and heavy, as if nothing had happened at all. But for those inside, silence was only a mask. Some abandoned places hold nothing more than dust and decay. Others hold people, carving out a life in the shadows, their stories written in whispers and uneasy stares. This old school in St. Louis was one of those places, and though the walls may crumble and the history may fade, the memory of that encounter will not. Tony's encounter proved that sometimes the real danger inside these places isn't the decay of the past, but the people who still call them home. And this truth is not confined to one city or one building. Somewhere in Italy, a group of friends would learn the same lesson, when an exploration that began with awe among ruins shifted suddenly into something darker, as strangers emerged from the shadows of a massive abandoned factory. And that unsettling clip comes from the YouTube channel Exploring with Josh, where Josh is known for documenting everything from world travel to some of the most fascinating abandoned places on Earth. In this particular video, he and 4 of his friends traveled to Italy with one mission in mind: to seek out and explore forgotten locations. Their first stop was an abandoned theme park that opened in 1960, but was permanently shut down in 2002 after growing concerns about safety and poor maintenance. Since then, it has stood in silence, slowly being reclaimed by time. Their second stop was a sprawling textile factory, founded in 1924 and abandoned in 2003 after financial collapse. At first, the trip was simply about admiring the haunting beauty of these places, capturing the atmosphere of what had been lost. But what began as a casual exploration soon spiraled into something far more unnerving, forcing the group to make choices that could have determined whether they left safely at all. It was August 20th, 2017. The group's excitement carried them past the rusted gates of the amusement park.
I don't know where I'm going, but I'm just going through the woods. Nature took this place over. I think this could be a food stand. I can't make out what that says. Oh, look at that. Hot dog and hamburgers. And a half airplane ride. We're now approaching this very unstable roller coaster. Now this is cool.
You're cool.
How many carts were there? There was a lot of carts.
Looks like they went there individually.
Video game Star World, it says. We think it might have been an old arcade. First place is now done. Wasn't too much there, but we definitely had to come in and document any sort of abandoned theme park.
They moved quickly across the grounds, documenting the skeletal remains of a once thriving arcade and empty rides that now sat in eerie silence. What was once filled with the laughter of families now echoed only with the sound of their footsteps. Having explored the key areas of the park, the group turned toward their second destination, the massive textile factory. Their anticipation was high, but they had no idea that this was the place where their adventure would take a darker turn.
I think these walls are supposed to keep people out. This place looks massive already. Now with all the trees out the way, you can see how big this place is. Damn. Goes so far down, what the heck?
Let's just wait till we get over the corner there.
There's other people here, but I think they're just explorers. They sound like just kids. Dude, check out the vines.
Villa, puoi fare il foto, non farmi il foto per favore.
No?
Per favore il foto.
Okay.
Ho il video culturale per favore. What is that?
I don't know what this guy's trying to do. I don't know if he wants our money or something, but he's all there talking about money and trying to do something. I'm just like, yeah, screw it, man. We're trying to film. Walking out of the room I just showed you into this one right next door. It's even huger. With tons of vines just on the walls, hanging, dangling.
At first, the factory appeared quiet, though it was clear they weren't the only ones inside. A few men appeared in the shadows, their behavior odd, but they made no move to stop or threaten the group. Josh and his friends remained cautious, but tried to keep their focus on the building itself, admiring the sheer size of the empty factory halls. But the deeper they went, the clearer it became that these men weren't the only ones in the building. The presence of others shifted the atmosphere, and a heavy sense of unease began to settle in.
There's a guy down there, he's seen us, stopped here, and just drove away. And it is still cool to see because this is probably the most biggest factory that's abandoned in the world. I'm just guessing, but it is so massive that I really think it is, because we don't want to encounter those people again, because there's a bit more than before, and they're all like, I don't know, man, they all literally seem like they're up to no good. I feel like we're gonna get jumped if we go over there, so we're finding another way out just to be safe.
Out at the other end of the building.
You think there's a way out of there? If we just
I think so, there's a way out.
Okay, let's do that.
Yeah.
Okay, alright, let's go.
With every step, the tension grew. More people seemed to emerge from within the factory, their presence strange and unpredictable. The once exciting exploration now felt unsafe, and the group quickly realized that their best chance was to leave. They tried to move quietly, hoping not to draw attention, but the vast empty space felt like a maze, each turn heavier with the feeling of being watched. The energy inside had changed. What was once curiosity had turned into the urgent need to escape.
Jeez.
It's a bright light.
Well, we're almost out. Now we just gotta find a staircase down and we're free. If only there was like a... Oh, right here, right here. We're free. He's coming. Yeah, he's coming. Oh, he's coming right now. He's coming right now. There's a different guy? I can't see if he has anything in his hands or not. My camera's looking back for us. Let's just get out of here.
Yeah, let's just go. How close is the Josh?
Yeah, he's literally right behind us. Explorers, that was legit creepy. Like, you seen how we were going through the dark alleyways and like that? Literally, like, I was vlogging as we went. Like, as soon as I showed you guys the dark alleyways, we were walking through it, and as soon as I seen the stairway went down, there wasn't no cut like 5 minutes later or 10 minutes later. No, it was as soon as we get down.
Their instincts had been right. By choosing to leave as soon as the atmosphere shifted, they may have avoided something far worse. No one knows what might have happened if they had stayed longer, if they had ignored the warning signs. Thankfully, they never had to find out. Outside, the group was reminded of a harsh truth, that urban exploration isn't just about decayed walls or forgotten history. It also means stepping into places where the unknown lingers, and where danger isn't always in the structure itself, but in the people who still occupy the shadows. Josh and his group were lucky. Their instincts told them when to leave, and they escaped before things escalated further. But not every explorer is given that choice. And that takes us back to Explore Abandoned Places with Tattoo Tony Alton, the channel where Tony documents his ventures into forgotten places across America. And in this video, Tony and his friend Andrew had planned to explore a century-old abandoned school in St. Louis. But before they could even step inside, something entirely unexpected shifted the course of their day. Out front, they encountered a man. At first, they thought perhaps a quick conversation would settle things, but it became immediately clear that he was not in a stable state. His yard looked like a chaotic garage sale. Shopping carts, board games, and debris stacked in strange arrangements along the fence. He swept the sidewalk again and again, flinging his arms upward toward the sky, convinced that jets were circling above, watching him. His behavior drifted between oddly calm and suddenly threatening, never settling long enough to feel predictable. With no power or water running to the house, it wasn't even clear if he lived there, or if he had simply taken over another abandoned property. And with the school looming just behind him, Tony and Andrew realized that what should have been another routine exploration was about to become something far more unsettling.
Wasn't safe. Yeah. Heck yeah. Yeah. Hey man, would you be offended, man?
Give me some of that shit. I need you a rock.
That's all I got,
I'm a rock
bro.
star. You didn't hear me.
Yeah. No, it's all
I'm full of
good.
shit.
But you know what though?
But listen,
Check
I
this
love
out.
people.
Don't get mad at me.
I don't give a fuck what you think.
Okay.
Come on,
No,
man.
I don't think of it. I'm telling you, I
I'm
quit.
finna go in the house and smoke now, motherfucker.
That's
Fuck
cool.
you.
No, I ain't mad.
You hear me? Fuck
I ain't
you.
mad. I ain't mad.
You listening? You ain't listening. I say fuck you. You
Yeah.
stop if you want. I don't know how. Goddamn, I'm 50 years old. I can do what the fuck I wanna.
Oh, you can.
I'm finna go in there and smoke in a minute.
Yeah, you can.
I wouldn't give a goddamn if Obama jumped off my shirt and said, Pharaoh, don't quit smoking. I said, motherfucker, give me a bag.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So what's your name?
Tony.
Okay,
Tattoo Tony.
Yeah, that's good. You did that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
You know, my man, listen, my man is running so goddamn fast, I be tripping over myself sometimes, you know. But Acts 2 and 4 says God will fill in with the Holy Ghost, give him utterance, he begins speaking in another tongue. Assalamu alaikum. You know, I can talk a lot of fucking shit, can't I?
Right.
What
Man,
did
I
you
got no
understand?
I just.
What did you know I smoke high? You get high?
Yeah.
How did you know?
Because you told me.
Oh, well, that don't mean shit. I'll tell him motherfucking anything. What's your name, home?
Andrew.
Yeah.
And who?
Andrew.
Yeah.
Andrew?
Yeah.
Andrew. I know a guy named Andrew. He wasn't too great, though.
He ain't either. No, I'm kidding.
Don't say that.
No.
The man's paranoia colored everything he said. He rambled about God, geometry, and unseen enemies, his voice rising and falling in unpredictable waves. One moment, he seemed almost coherent, speaking of order and meaning in strange symbols. The next, his arms flailed wildly, his face twisted with suspicion as though something, or someone, was standing just out of sight. For Tony and Andrew, it was an encounter that could turn volatile at any second.
On the square is God, gangster, geometry, greatness, you know, all that.
Right.
So, good.
Right.
Don't let them get you. Get him, get him, kill him!
The bugs?
It was a mosquito.
Oh, damn, I hate
The
that.
vampire, man.
Yeah,
They're gonna
do.
live and die. I couldn't be with the Lord.
Yeah. Real fast.
Yeah, I got mad skills, you know that.
You gotta worry about people coming up here and knocking and stuff.
Well, try it.
No, hell no.
Nah, not
Try
me.
it.
No, I'm good.
Y'all seem to be with quiet.
Do you get kids that like trying to mess with you all the time?
No, I don't give a fuck what nobody say, things, do none of that shit.
Right.
Don't cross that goddamn line. In
Right.
fact, don't cross that fence.
Yes, sir.
See this here?
Yeah. Right.
Get the point?
Right.
Get the point?
Don't want to.
I'm not some little you get the point.
Yeah, I got
I
it.
ain't nothing nice. I'm God, but I go from God to the devil in seconds.
Right.
That's like if I light the motherfucking planes up there, in 5 seconds it's gonna register on the, what you call that thing we hooked up to? Satellite.
Satellite.
Yeah.
Get your hand out your pocket, dog. I don't trust nobody.
I don't either.
Yeah. Don't do that one. Let me see them goddamn hands.
Yeah.
Tell me something. Where'd you take kids?
Yeah.
How many?
2.
How many?
10 and 16. Yeah. Yeah.
Tell me you got some trouble, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know they say I'm trouble.
Standing on the sidewalk, it became clear that this wasn't just idle talk. His words circled back again and again to being watched, to unseen forces he claimed were after him. He spoke of God and punishment, of battles only he could see. His movements were restless, jerking from side to side, pacing back and forth, pulling invisible objects out of the air as though fighting off enemies only he could sense. Each unpredictable gesture left the two explorers on edge. The man's voice cracked with both anger and desperation, his paranoia filling the empty street like a storm cloud.
What's been said by the Spirit of God, the Son of God, Romans 8:28, all things work together for the good of those that love God and called according to His purpose. Ezekiel 25:17, I will keep great Ezekiel when I lay my vengeance upon them, and they shall know that I am the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon them. Bad motherfucker. Claw.
Yeah.
Y'all fellas, get these turkeys.
All right. Yeah. You ever see them Shaolin movies?
I don't got a Lexus.
Oh, okay. But
I don't
mean,
watch Spooky too.
oh, back in the day though, the kung fu ones.
Oh yeah, I got all that shit. I talked on some guys.
Yeah.
Like Lee.
Yeah.
He didn't want to see me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lee.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know them niggas.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing to it. All of them. He's like, don't quote my shit.
No, watch out, man.
Yeah, pay attention.
Oh, dang. I didn't even mean.
I know. I got you all fucked up. That's power. But you know, see, you know I'm the Antichrist.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. You didn't know that? Mm-hmm. Well, anybody can be anti-anything.
Right.
I'm anti-foolishness.
Yeah.
Anti-sucking pussy.
Yeah.
But I love head. You didn't hear what I said.
Yeah.
Hey, man, y'all stay up, man. I gotta go and pray, man.
All right, you too.
All right, nice meeting you, man.
You too. Yeah, I won't.
When you come back, bring me like a few dollars and you can have a few snacks.
Okay. I only do stuff people want me to. I ain't about.
Oh, so that means you an ass kiss. Okay, I'll sit
No, it's just, hey.
Yeah, he set it up for that. He set it up for that.
Man, I did.
Raining on him, see?
I did not like that, but like I try to be respectful of people's wishes.
The tension sharpened. The man suddenly shifted from abstract rambling to pointed questions. Things no stranger should ever ask. His smile came and went, a flicker of something almost friendly that dissolved instantly into unease. And as the minutes dragged on, the conversation only grew darker. The man spoke of aliens, of airplanes circling overhead, of powers aligned against him. Objects scattered through his yard seemed arranged with meaning only he could understand. Bricks stacked neatly, strange piles of belongings, balanced as though holding some hidden purpose. The longer Tony and Andrew stood there, the more it felt like stepping deeper into someone else's fractured reality. And with each passing second, the risk of staying grew clearer. But in the end, Tony and Andrew chose caution over curiosity. Their plan had been simple: explore the remains of a forgotten school, capture its history before it was lost to time. But what they found instead was a reminder that danger doesn't always come from collapsing ceilings or broken staircases. Sometimes it comes from the people who linger around these places, people carrying stories you can't predict, fears you can't understand, and intentions you can't trust. Some abandoned places are simply unsafe, and sometimes the silence of decay is far less dangerous than the voices that still remain inside. Now that was all for today, folks. If you enjoyed these horrifying clips, click to see more on the video on screen.